I asked the community, my followers over on Instagram, to answer several questions. And the answers to these questions resulted in this video. I asked you which camera I should take outside, and the result was my smartphone. Based on the results, I should move on foot. I will give myself 2 hours for this challenge. To walk in the late afternoon until sunset, to take some nature photos. This is the challenge. So without further ado, I'm starting the timer and I'm putting on my shoes and I will go outside to a special location for this special video. I'm outside. I'm on the way to my location. Decided to go to a different location. It's a beautiful forest, but it's a decent walk from here. I have 2 hours, but I'm a bit rushing to go there because I want to hit the sunset now, but I want to take some beautiful shots from the forest as well. I just found these orange berries and they are really beautiful against the green tones. So I'm going to take a few photos from these as well. I just found, I hope you can see it, this little red special mushroom, and I'm going to snap a few photos from that one as well. Okay, these cows were not happy. Still have 1.5 hours to take a few shots and go back. It starts to rain a little bit and I think I'm about halfway, leaving me not a lot of time to go to the location where I want to take my photos. I'm gonna walk a bit faster and hope to get there in time. Oh. These red leaves are the perfect subject for a macro shot. What I love about these leaves is that they create a beautiful layer effect. Okay, now I got it. As the rain starts to become much more worse. I might adjust my schedule again. This time I will get to that location. Oh, that actually, these water droplets. I just need to get them in focus. Just found formation of mushrooms, which is really beautiful against this wood and the moss to really create some beautiful contrast. I'm gonna take a few photos of those as well. Because the sun is coming from over there, and this fern is brown already. This might create some beautiful bokeh when focusing on the fern. I'm gonna switch over to manual focus so I have it beautifully aligned. All right, next. Looks like a storm has raged here. Whoa! This is jackpot. Look at all these mushrooms. Trying to get as many as possible in the shots. Never touch them. Oh, yes, this is it. As you clearly can see, the weather is becoming much worse. I'm still walking here with my sunglasses on, and basically I don't need them anymore. It just started to rain, much more heavy. I already have some beautiful photos, but I'm not on the location I wanted to visit. Ooh! I just found something special, guys. Look, these are pink mushrooms. Didn't see them this year. I did see some last year as well, but these are really special. I switched over to macro again. Alright, I'll snap a few of these as well. Always make sure that your lens is free of any grease and fingerprints. Guys, I don't know whether you can see this in camera or not. The rain becomes much more worse, and I'm still walking here with my sunglasses. Man, I didn't expect my first video of the challenge to be this hectic, but I'm glad I did it, and I'm glad I just chose to do it for 2 hours. I'm almost at the location. I know I've been telling that the entire way already, but I'm really close now. Things are going to go really fast now. Alright. Guys, just to give you an idea, that forest that you can see over there, that is the forest I want to go to. Now the challenge was to go out and shoot during the evening, but as you can see I hoped for a sunset. I guess it's not for today. It's way too rainy and moody weather. It's been overcast the entire afternoon basically. That doesn't matter, I'm just gonna make the best of it. As you can see, the forest is over there. Guys, I just made it to the forest. Still have about 35 minutes left, which means about 5 to 10 minutes to take a few photos, and then I have maybe enough of time to head back home. Again. Guys, as my time is almost over, I just took a few banger shots of some mushrooms. The rain really played in my favor now. I just have 8 minutes left to go home. Luckily, I do know a shortcut, but that shortcut might not be enough. Well guys, guess you can already see it. I'm still standing in the woods. I think I'm about 1.5 kilometers away from home. So I didn't make it in a time span of 2 hours to go to that beautiful location. And in addition, get some beautiful photos and return home. So what do you guys think? Should I change the format? Should I get more time to complete this challenge? Or should I just limit the time to actual shooting time and not include the time to go back and forth from my house to the location? Let me know down in the comments below. I really enjoyed this first challenge. I hope you guys did as well. To be honest, it was quite hectic. Now, enough of talking. I will show you the photos when I'm back home. See you in the office. Hello guys, welcome back in the office. It's a few days later. I'm almost finished with the edit of the video, and guys, it turned out amazing. Now, I didn't show you the last few photos I took in the forest on purpose, just to give it this little bit of extra tension for the final part of the video. So without further ado, I'm going to pop up the last photos I took in the forest on the screen. So onto the first shot I took. That first shot I took was basically taken from the road next to the forest I visited in the last part of the video, but I really liked the way the colors of autumn popped out between the green trees. So that's why I took this shot as well. If you go to the next photo, now this photo was basically taken right before I entered the deeper part of the forest. And in that deeper part of the forest, what I basically did was take a few photos before entering the forest as well, from the cornfield for instance, all the crops with the vegetables for winter. And I really liked the purple tints in the crops, and they really created this big contrast against the cloudy sky. And that was a really beautiful photo, and as you clearly can see, it really gives that dramatic feeling to that photo as well. So I'm gonna quickly show you the photos of the cornfield, and I edited those quite moody, and I gave the sky a little bit of a blue tint. It's a bit of a colder vibe, but I really like overall atmosphere in these two shots. And then onto the mushroom photo. So I headed into the forest, into the deeper parts of the woods, and the first thing that I saw were these large mushrooms. Now, I don't often use my flashlight of my phone or my camera in general, just because the light is way too direct. It would be much better if you use a softbox or a softer light. There's a little trick you can do to achieve this by using your normal flash of your camera or your smartphone, but that's for a different video. Now, for this shot I just used my flashlight, as you saw in the quick shots during the last part of the video. And I think it turned out quite great. The colors are much more warm, and it really gave that extra detail in the shot I needed, because it was pretty dark already. And then basically I found this large fallen tree on the ground, and over that tree the bark was entirely filled up with all kind of smaller mushrooms, which were perfect for using the macro lens of my Motorola One Action, my smartphone. And that's what I did. I played a bit around with the depth in the shot by focusing on one mushroom and then using the other ones to create bokeh in the shot. The light was perfect, and that's how I made these photos. Will pop up on screen now. And to be honest, this third shot, I really liked that shot a lot. The color grading was so easy to do, the lighting was perfect, it was a bit darker, there was more than enough light for just doing whatever I wanted with that shot. And guys, don't forget, the shots are becoming even better. I haven't shown my best. So I'm going to pop up a few more photos onto the screen, which feature all mushrooms that grew on that same tree. And then I was a bit disappointed. I hadn't taken any shots yet that I was really amazed by and I was really proud of, so I went deeper into the woods. It was quite crowded as well, probably because of the quite good weather, although there was no real sunset and it was raining a little bit. But then I stumbled upon this little creek and I took a few photos from that one as well. And I expected it to be way more reflecting. Because it was quite windy, the water wasn't still enough to create beautiful reflections. I continued my walk, and then all of a sudden I saw a few leaves turning yellow, and they created a beautiful contrast against the green trees. Because to be honest, I expected the trees to be already way more colorful than they actually were. So in the edits I played a bit around with the green tones as well, but I tried to keep everything as authentic as possible. I continued my walk and the rain started to become much worse than it already was. But I did stumble upon this beautiful lane of trees. I will show it on screen now. And guys, let's be honest, this is really beautiful. Okay, I did play a bit around with the green tones. It wasn't as yellow orange tinted as it looks in the final edit. But to be honest, I think this photo is really amazing. But then guys, I still didn't find that one photo location I wanted to take a photo of and blow you all away. But then, really close to the end, I only had like 12 minutes left, I think. I stumbled upon this fallen tree and the light was perfect, hitting the mushrooms. It were these 3 little mushrooms, but they were entirely soaked because of the water of the rain. And yeah, the light hit the mushrooms right onto their hoods, and because of the rain, that really reflected the light in a beautiful way. And with the power of my Motorola One Action and its macro lens, I was able to create these stunning photos. And that's about it, guys. There's one last photo I took, but I won't count that one part of the challenge, because basically what I did was take that shot on the way home, but the timer of 2 hours was already over by then. You can see it on screen now. So this brings us to the end of this quite hectic video. It was really hectic to create both b-roll beautiful photos and film everything during these 2 hours, but I really liked it, and I think it will be a great idea to do more on the channel as well. There's one last question that I have for you guys, and that's the following: what would you guys think about joining the challenge? So the only thing you have to do is react in the comments down below here and let me know whether you would be interested to join the challenge in any kind of form in the future. It's not for any time soon, but I'm thinking and brainstorming basically about how we can make this way more interactive. But for now, let's make it easy for you. Just let me know down in the comments here which of these photos is your favorite and why. I think this video is already way too long now, so I'm going to end it here. Just remember guys, you don't need to be great to start, but start to become great. Oh, and if you like this video, hit the thumbs up, and if you didn't already, subscribe, and I see you in the next video. Bye!